that you heard about the word drugs?
I would think of addiction and probably bad effects.
Oh, okay.
Something that you never should touch upon.
Do you know some type of drugs?
I know Chinese names of it. Do you want me to name it?
Yeah.
冰毒、白粉一类的。
Oh, okay. Thank you.
第一次听到毒品的话呢，差不多是就很小的时候，差不多9岁、10岁这个样子，对。然后我对它印象就是它是一个不能碰的东西，然后碰了会有很大的这种副作用，然后就是不是，反正就是对身体不好的东西。就据我所知的话呢，应该就是家破人亡啊，然后就是所有人都就没钱，然后没饭吃，然后呢，可能也会被抓进去坐监嘛，对吧？
From the interviews conducted by our group members, the students in our school have a decent level of awareness towards drugs. However, their knowledge about them still seems somewhat limited. Despite knowing that drugs are bad and should be avoided, we think that their impressions of drugs are still too generic, and they don't seem to fully realize why drugs are actually harmful, and what are the long-term consequences of drug use and addiction, hence why we've made this video. This video will explain the reasons why people take drugs, how addictive drugs can be, what happens to your body after taking drugs, how to steer clear of drugs in the society of Hong Kong, and will also highlight the ongoing problem of drug abuse in Hong Kong. First of all, why do people actually take drugs? Well, there are a few key reasons. The most common is to cope with mental health issues, such as anxiety or depression. Many people take drugs as a way to escape reality and temporarily push aside their problems, seeking the short-lived relief that drugs provide. Believe it or not, many have the curiosity or desire to experience the effects of drugs or explore altered states of consciousness, especially vulnerable teenagers who are not fully aware of the risks. Others, who are more easily influenced, may be persuaded by peers to try drugs. Secondly, why and how are drugs addictive? Well, many drugs often increase dopamine levels, creating intense feelings of euphoria or high. With repeated use, the brain adapts to the drug, becoming less responsive over time, until taking drugs becomes the only way to feel pleasure, creating powerful cravings when the drug is unavailable. And of course, psychological factors play a huge role in drug addiction as well. Many individuals turn to drugs to escape their mental health struggles, as mentioned before, with the desire to feel feelings of excitement and happiness. It's also important to understand just how addictive certain substances can be. Many drugs' chemical structure interacts so powerfully with the brain's reward system that it creates an irresistible urge to use drugs again. Without the drug, users can experience severe withdrawal symptoms. This cycle of craving and relief traps the person in addiction, making sobriety feel nearly impossible without support.
In Hong Kong, in 2024, there were 5,068 reported drug abusers. The number of drug abusers has gradually decreased over the years. In 2008, there were 14,241. However, there may still be many undiscovered cases of drug abuse, as many people choose to take drugs at home. Through continuous addiction to drugs, drug abusers are slowly led down a destructive path to social isolation, negatively impacting society. A large amount of money is also spent by the government on strategies to prevent drug abuse and support drug abusers. Furthermore, people under 21 who are arrested for offended drug laws in Hong Kong, part of the youth group, face legal consequences such as imprisonment. The number of drug users under 21 has increased substantially due to the growing trend towards the new drug, etomidate, highlighting the significance of this issue in Hong Kong. Speaking of the most common drugs abused in Hong Kong, it's important to know what dangerous effects each one actually has on your body. Heroin is an opioid that causes shallow breathing, low heart rate, and in high doses it can lead to fatal overdose. Repeated use of this drug can cause irreversible damage to the brain, impacting the ability to make decisions, handle stress, and self-control. Cocaine is a stimulant that gives the brain an intense rush of energy and alertness, but leaves users feeling exhausted once it wears off. It also causes an irregular heartbeat, high blood pressure, and repeated use may lead to various heart complications, such as heart attack and stroke. Meanwhile, cannabis, sometimes seen as less dangerous, still affects coordination, memory, and motivation, especially with regular use among young people. When used in the long term, it can cause decreased brain performance, anxiety, and depression. Etomidate, commonly known as space oil, was originally a medical sedative. When taken recreationally, it can cause a sudden loss of consciousness, dizziness, and tremors, and an overdose can cause fainting. Its growing popularity among young users in Hong Kong is especially alarming, due to how quickly it can lead to dependency and overdose. Methamphetamine is highly addictive and destructive, and makes people feel energized. Various health effects of this drug include an increased heart rate and blood pressure. Repeated use of this drug can cause extreme alterations to the brain, creating feelings of paranoia, anxiety, and hallucinations.
So what really happens to your body once addiction takes hold? The negative effects become more severe and visible, leading to extreme health conditions and damage to the brain and other organs that may eventually lead to death. Mentally, addiction impacts your judgment and memory, and can worsen mental disorders such as anxiety, depression, and psychosis. Before long, the drug becomes something you need just to feel normal. Additionally, the more drug you use, the more of a drug tolerance is created, so a higher dose of drug is needed each time to achieve the same pleasurable effects. This isn't just about telling you that drugs are harmful. It's also showing you how exactly they destroy people's lives. It is crucial to prevent people from going down this destructive path, and to support people around you who are facing this problem.